God need a physician to align my heart up in the right position. And nah, I don't believe in zodiac signs. I believe in the Bible. You're not entitled to tell your pastor about your sins. I just told the one that I'm with that I'm not past her, but in past tense I made sense with writing all my wrongs in chronological order. Maybe I need a new one to restore me. Bleed out my transgressions. This is gonna get gory. I might end up on the next story. So this time I'm thinking, would she love me? Would she love me not? Commitment issues. So this time it's two of us. So it's post a tweet, inbox, DM, LOL, screenshot, screen record. The next one she sees it, she pulls out. Commitment issues. Do you even love me? Nah, roses are red, but crisp blank blue. But this time I'm gonna sit down. So do I choose you? Commitment. No, I can never settle for less, but I always strive to be my own best. Commitment. Sometimes I may have cheated in the past, but these last days have been very weak. 7 times a day. 49 females. I don't know. Miscarriage, masturbation. This time I'm gonna commitment. Thank you.
I have some questions. Why are relationships so damn hard, and why didn't they tell us it would be this hard from the start? Like, why can't we have cheat codes for this thing called love, or maybe even no cards, so we won't be so scarred walking around with broke hearts, all in our feelings? Excuse me. Contemplating whether life is worth giving or love is worth living, because we can't go on without feeling that makes us feel as though we're doing so much more than just existing. And love is so blinding, and she's always on my mind, and I know she's not good for me, but the smell of that perfume is so enticing, and the only thing that I can envision is the collision of our lips. I hate this feeling. Why does our mind tell us the right thing to do, but our hearts just won't listen? So we tend to jump in, heart in hand, ready and willing, just knowing if I give my heart to you, that you won't go missing. But it looks like I'm wrong, and now you're gone, and after all we had, just like that, I can't snap, but I got no one. You say you love me. You promised and made me promise that we would always be one, but I guess that was just a game and that was just for fun. And now the pain hurts like a point blank shot to the chest with my own gun. And my heart is so cold that I can't feel it all, I'm numb. Then the pain sets in and the hatred starts to come. And I say to myself, you idiot, how could you be so dumb? You gave her every bit of you, but when of her, she only gave you some. And now she's left you bleeding out from this hit and run. Somebody call a coroner. This man has passed away. He must have been an organ donor because she walks around with his heart that he gave her every day. Thank you.
There's so many pretty women in this stratosphere, but some are superficial. You can get them out of here. You don't appear to be, but it's clear to me you different, the missing piece to the puzzle, but I'm puzzled mostly because I feel like I might be tripping. This internet has pictures and visions slipping in your subconscious, but honestly, it can't be that. Because no matter what these other women do, they got nothing on you. See, maybe it's the eyes. I'm blinded by the magnificence. Your stairs lead to the stairs of the precipice of my heart, tall and elegant, but never seem to look down on these clowns that really don't appreciate how you killing it. I relish in the mahogany strands you call your hair that God used and drew the breeze. Can't pass that up. I could be bold, but oh well. She resonates on my soul. Her heart is winter while I'm hoping I don't get the cold shoulder. Now I could talk about her skin tone, but y'all probably send me home because my queens come in all different shades. The main thing on my dome isn't how you look, but if these plays begin to change how you roam if you should, because of stigmas, the chasing of figures, of people chasing you because they're in love with your image. I'm really only thinking of what's beneath the lights. What a life. Sometimes I just pray that you are right. Behind every great man is a greater woman. You're great as hell. I heard you cast spells in the room you enter, not to mention your talent, your hometown, and your family made it tough to turn away your challenge. If you struggle to keep the balance, you wear away pride. Just a catalyst to help this brother open some minds, and if looks killed, I'll be dead in no time, wondering if your heart, head, and beauty truly coincide. Peace.
A good friend of mine always told me you should never get attached to anything that you cannot walk out on 15 seconds flat once you spot the heat coming from around the corner. You see, I never spotted love coming from around the corner. That's why I stand before you here after my heart's been raped, misused and abused, misled and confused. You see, I'll never fall in love again. I feel like Love is for fools. I mean, I'll never fall in love again. You see, the thought of love will make me fall again. I don't have a heart to win nor a heart to lose. And this love thing seems to be a little mentally unclear. Just call me confused. Listen, they say life is like a box of chocolate. But I say love is like a box of chocolate because you give your heart away and they take out all the good pieces and leave your heart in the pieces. Listen, some people think falling in love is easy as learning your ABCs or your 1, 2, 3s, but falling in love for me was just as hard as learning my algebra or my geometry, so I'm going back to school. You see, I'm going back to school so I can figure out this thing called love because I realize going through it every day in life just isn't enough. And they say education is the key. They say education is the key, so I want them to educate me, not in mathematics or science, not in Spanish or English. You see, I want them to educate me on how to love. You see, I figure if I go back to school and I major in love, after the research papers, presentations, maybe an internship just to get a grip, I have to study 2 hours a day, take daily quizzes, weekly exams, midterms, final exams, and 8 years of that, you figure I should finally understand. You see, I'm going to school for 8 more years, but when it comes to love, 4 just isn't enough, and I want to go beyond and above, and when I get through my degree, no more will y'all call me Mr. Emotional, y'all gonna have to call me Dr. Love, because I'll be the doctor of love, and I'll be able to diagnose people with all types of love, whether you crazy in love, deeply in love, what's that little old puppy love? But listen, when it comes to health insurance, no need to worry, because I know times is hard, and love is so important to me, I'll diagnose you free of charge. Because I want to help you, because if somebody was there to help me, maybe there would be hope for me. Listen, I looked up the word love in Webster's dictionary. It gave me the definition of strong affection, but I didn't believe that mess, so I went to the spiritual section, and one thing I learned about love, you really don't need to go to college. Sit back and open up that holy book of knowledge. Turn to the 4th book of the New Testament, 15th chapter, starting at the 9th verse. Right there, define the true definition of love. That true love don't misuse you, nor abuse you, mislead you, nor confuse you. That true love, which I like to call unconditional love. And there's no love sweeter than unconditional love, because unconditional love comes from up above.
I'm wondering, when and where did your love run out? At what time approximately did your heart die? Refusing to cry, I deny myself any tears, even though it pains me to know where your heart lies. As broken as you were, I still felt the need to run to your aid and save you. Your heart is so unattainable, so unreachable, out of my grasp. I'm steady trying to reach it, but my 5'5" frame still needs a ladder on top of a footstool that sits upon a giraffe on top of a cliff where there's a mountain that has a tall tower. But no matter, because I willingly give you mine. Please, insert it where your heart should lie and be full of this love I have for you forevermore and more each day. It's so cold. Oh, it's so cold. I see my breath in the air as I breathe my last breath upon this stone that you call a heart. Heart press. CPR, 1 press, 2 press. As I blow air and I try to revive this heart, I notice the tag that says DNR. Do not resuscitate. For if you do, you run the chance of catching this disease called I don't give a fuck. Highly contagious, very potent indeed, toxic even. I look deep into your eyes, searching for an answer, needing something, some kind of sign, and I begin to feel it hit me in my chest harder than a freight train. Here comes the point when your love runs out and the one that loves you still is trying to hold on, but slowly dying. As the toxic traits begin to make its way through my system, I feel it creeping in like the fog over the Louisiana bayous. My pupils begin to dilate. The first symptom hits, there's loss of appetite. I can't eat. Then there's my head spinning, out of control, fatigue, shortness of breath, blurred vision due to the fact that my love for you was blind. I'm stuck. Paralysis is taking over. All I need is for you to love me as deeply as I have loved you. Please, please. Look what you've created. Another frozen heart. And now it's my turn as I place this sticker where my heart is supposed to be. Do not resuscitate.